Welcome to this week's Brittany's Bites. I am making a recipe that I have made many times after seeing it on social media, TikTok specifically. You probably have seen it as well, but if you haven't made it yet, maybe this will be your reason to try it. We are making a spicy pizza with all of the ingredients from, let's say, a store with the initials TJ. You can get everything there, but I imagine you can probably find some alternatives in whatever store that you like to go to frequently. So let's get started. First of all, we have the crust. This makes it so easy, by the way. Two of them come in this little package here. So I've got one on a pan. Meanwhile, I have the oven preheating behind me to 425 degrees. I believe it's probably ready. All right, we're gonna start by spreading some garlic spread onto the crust here. Thankfully, I've tried to open all of these ahead of time so that I wouldn't be spending minutes upon minutes just like opening containers. All right, so this stuff is pretty potent, I think, and we're gonna be putting on a few other toppings. So, you know, you may wanna spread this sparingly unless you really, really, really love garlic. I think honestly, that's probably about as much as I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna make sure that I spread it around. Try to get it in all the little crevices here. Okay. Next up, we are going to use what is sort of a red pesto instead of a green pesto. They call it, yes, red pepper, almond, and pesto sauce. Already opened that as well. This I really love, by the way. So I'm gonna put quite a bit of this on. Spread it all around. And then we're gonna get to a part where it's gonna be up to you how spicy or not spicy you wanna make it. By now, you probably know that I really, really, really love spice. So I'm gonna put quite a bit on. All right, that's pretty good. Next, I'm gonna put on this Calabrian chili sauce. Yes, they call it the Bamba sauce. It is very, very spicy. So truly be careful with how much you put on. That's probably good enough. You may wanna do even less if you are not a spice fan. All right, that is good. Then we're gonna put on some sun-dried tomatoes. And these, again, as many as you like. This is all basically up to what you prefer. This is what is so great about build your own pizzas, right? All right, gonna put a couple more on here. And then we're gonna get to the good part, the cheese, right? Okay, oops. That's pretty good. Maybe just one more. There we go. So many jars open over here. Okay, let's see. Let's start off with the burrata. We lost it a little light here, but we're gonna keep going, folks. All right, here we go. This is basically like mozzarella that's sort of ooey gooey inside, and you can get this, it comes with 2 balls. So I'm going to just open it up and basically put it all on. Well, I don't know, maybe I won't use the complete ball here because we're gonna put on other types of mozzarella as well. All right, that is pretty good for this. I'm gonna save the rest of that. And it's a good thing my hands are already completely dirty because this is when it gets pretty messy. These are little mozzarella cheese balls that come in a marinated oil, and you're gonna wanna keep that. Don't drain this because we're gonna use it later and you'll see why. I like to just sort of cut these in half or peel these in half. All right, gonna put a couple more on. This looks so good so far. One more. All right, now my hands are really kind of ooey gooey, so I'm gonna pause for a second, rinse them off, wash them off, and then go to our final step before we pop it in the oven. We are back with the last step before we put it in the oven, and this is the prosciutto. Basically, I think of this pizza like a charcuterie board that is on a pizza crust and you bake it in the oven. You can leave this off if you like. Of course, you probably know by now, I'm a vegetarian, so often I keep these off, but for the purposes here, we are going to put this on because it just makes it. All right, I'll probably do a couple of more slices here, however you wanna mix it up, and then we're gonna pop it in the oven. And we only have to put it in the oven for about 10 minutes or so, and then we are ready to go. But we also have a final step when we get it out of the oven. We're gonna add some freshness and brightness to it, and then we'll come back to that marinated mozzarella that I told you about earlier. All right, this looks Great, how pretty does this look already? Good to go. We're gonna pop it in the oven and then come back to finish it up. It is that fast, folks. Okay, the pizza is out of the oven after about 10 minutes and it smells and looks great. You could eat it just like this, but we're gonna jazz it up just a little bit, add a little brightness to it. So we have a bag of arugula here. So we're just gonna take some baby arugula. Again, all of this stuff comes from the same store, making it very easy. And then that mozzarella that we had in that marinated oil, we're gonna stir it up and just take a little bit. And a little bit goes a long way on this. And then mix it together. We're gonna put this on top and then do just 2 more things. Okay, as you can see, this really soaks it up, so you wanna be very gentle, light hand with that oil. Okay, just going to try to make it look pretty and spread it all out, losing a few pieces along the way. Great. That looks good. Now, the last thing, and this is also optional, I'm gonna take a little balsamic glaze. Just do a little drizzle. And then, again, also optional, I have some hot honey. And there we go. How good does that pizza look? After just prepping it for a couple of minutes, 10 minutes in the oven, and you've got a quick, tasty, and spicy dinner. I hope you give it a try. If you'd like to see the full recipe, you can go online right now to WBIR.com.